Now let's talk about the places money hides. I used to think that if money was hiding from me, it would have the decency to hide somewhere interesting. Inside an old handbag, perhaps. In the pocket of a winter coat I had not worn since 2017. Or tucked inside a birthday card from an aunt who still believes $20 is enough to change your life. But no, most of the money hiding from us after 60 is sitting in very ordinary places. Your library, your pharmacy, your insurance plan, your bank, your credit cards, and even your own city, county, or utility company. It may not always arrive as cash. Sometimes it is a discount you were never told about. Sometimes it is a service you are already paying for but have never used. And sometimes it is a benefit buried so deeply inside a website that you would need a lantern, a compass, and a patient grandchild to find it. I learned this after discovering that I had been paying for things I could have received free, or at least much cheaper. Once I found one, I began looking everywhere. Some women knit, some women garden. Apparently, I investigate benefits. So today we are looking at 6 places where discounts, services, and benefits may already be waiting for you. You may not qualify for every one of them. Programs vary depending on where you live, which companies you use, and what kind of insurance you have. But every one of these places is worth checking. Because the worst they can say is no, and after 60, we have heard no before. We survived it. We are still here. And we are not paying full price without asking a few questions first. Number 1, your local library. A lot of people still think the library is simply a place where you borrow a mystery novel, whisper unnecessarily, and try not to sneeze. But modern libraries can offer far more than books. Depending on your local library, you may be able to borrow audiobooks, digital magazines, movies, music, and newspapers without paying separate subscription fees. Some libraries provide free access to language learning programs, genealogy websites, online courses, job search tools, and technology classes. Others loan out things you would never expect: museum passes, craft equipment, tools, puzzles, hotspots, even baking pans. I am not saying your library definitely has a pan waiting behind the front desk. I am saying it would be irresponsible not to ask. A library card may also help you reduce the number of monthly subscriptions quietly nibbling at your bank account. $10 here, $15 there. Before long, you are paying $80 a month to watch 3 programs and forget 6 passwords. Check your library's website, but do not stop there. Call or visit and ask what services are available to adults over 60. Ask about home delivery if getting to the library is difficult. Ask about large print books, technology help, free events, tax preparation assistance, or local discount partnerships. The hidden money may not appear as a check. It may appear as something you no longer need to buy. And money you do not spend is still money you get to keep. Number 2, your pharmacy. This is the second place money may be hiding. Pharmacy pricing can be confusing. The price of the same medication may vary depending on the pharmacy, your insurance, whether you are paying cash, and whether a discount program is available. That means it can be worth asking a few direct questions. Is this the lowest price available? Would the cash price be lower than my insurance price? Is there a generic version? Is a 90-day supply less expensive? Does the pharmacy offer a savings program? Would another nearby location charge less? You are not being difficult. You are buying medication, not choosing a decorative candle. You are allowed to ask what it costs. Some pharmacies also offer free or reduced price health services, vaccinations, medication reviews, automatic refill programs, and delivery options. A medication review can be especially useful if you take several prescriptions. A pharmacist may be able to identify duplicate medications, possible interactions, or less expensive alternatives that you can discuss with your doctor. And this is where I met Frank. Frank was standing behind me in line while I was asking the pharmacist approximately 17 questions. He leaned toward me and said, "You seem like a woman who knows how to get a bargain." I said, "That is because I have survived decades of grocery stores rearranging the shelves." Then he told me I looked far too young to be asking about senior discounts. Now I knew what Frank was doing, and I respected the effort. So I smiled and said, "Flattery will get you everywhere, Frank, but it will not make me pay full price." He laughed. The pharmacist laughed. and I save $12, a productive afternoon all around. Number 3, your health insurance plan. The third place to look is your health insurance plan. Many people think of health insurance as something that pays part of the bill after something goes wrong. But some plans include additional benefits and services that people never use because they do not know they exist. Depending on your plan, you may have access to wellness programs, fitness benefits, transportation to medical appointments, telehealth visits, nurse advice lines, meal assistance after a hospital stay, hearing-related benefits, vision discounts, or over-the-counter allowances. Some plans may also include programs for managing diabetes, blood pressure, heart health, or other ongoing conditions. The important thing is not to assume that someone will call and explain all of this. They may not. You may need to ask, call the member services number on your insurance card and say, I would like a complete explanation of the extra benefits included in my plan. Then ask them to send the information to you in writing. Do not be embarrassed to ask the representative to slow down, repeat something, or explain it differently. Insurance language often sounds as though it was written by a committee trapped inside a filing cabinet. You are not expected to understand every word the first time. Also ask whether there are deadlines, approved providers, reimbursement forms, or limits on how often a benefit may be used. A benefit is not helpful if you discover it 3 days after it expires. The fourth place money may be hiding is your bank or credit union. This is a big one because banks can quietly charge fees for years, unless we pay attention. Monthly maintenance fees, paper statement fees, ATM fees, overdraft fees, minimum balance fees, fees for the privilege of having other fees. Start by reviewing the last several months of your statements. Look for recurring charges, service fees, and small deductions you may have stopped noticing. Then call the bank and ask whether you qualify for a different account. Some banks and credit unions offer accounts for older adults with reduced fees, free checks, better interest rates, free cashier's checks, identity protection services, or lower minimum balance requirements. Even if they do not have a senior account, they may have another account that fits your current banking habits better. Perhaps you opened your account 20 years ago when your life looked completely different. You may no longer need the features you are paying for. Ask whether fees can be waived through direct deposit, electronic statements, or maintaining a smaller minimum balance. If you have been a customer for a long time, ask whether a recent fee can be refunded. They may say no, but they may say yes. I once called about a fee that had been sitting on my statement every month like it owned the place. The representative said, Mrs. McCormick, this fee has been on the account for quite some time. I said, yes, and I have disliked it for quite some time. After a brief hold, the fee disappeared. Not every phone call ends that way, but some do. Number 5, your credit cards. A credit card may include benefits beyond earning points. Depending on the card, you may have rental car coverage, travel assistance, purchase protection, extended warranties, fraud monitoring, roadside help, or discounts with certain companies. Some cards also provide credits or special offers that must be activated before you use them. The trouble is, many of us do not know what our cards include. We applied for the card years ago, put it in the wallet, and have been using it ever since. Visit the card's website or call the number on the back and ask for a complete list of benefits. Then pay special attention to annual fees. An annual fee card may have been useful when you traveled frequently or used certain rewards. But if your habits have changed, you may be paying for benefits you no longer use. Call and ask whether there is a no-fee version of the card. Before closing an older account, however, consider how that decision could affect your credit history and available credit. You do not have to make a decision during the phone call. Gather the information first, then decide calmly. Also check your reward points. Points can expire, lose value, or sit unused for years. You may be able to apply them toward travel, statement credits, gift cards, or purchases. Do not let 17,000 points die of loneliness. They have waited long enough. Number 6, your city, county, and utility providers. The 6th place money may be hiding is close to home. Your city, county, state, or utility providers may offer discounts, exemptions, or assistance programs for older residents. Depending on where you live and whether you meet income or age requirements, there may be property tax relief. reduced public transportation fares, utility discounts, home weatherization assistance, lower cost recreation programs, or help with certain home repairs. Some communities offer free or reduced cost services such as smoke detector installation, leaf collection, senior transportation, wellness checks, or help preparing tax returns. Your local senior centre may also know about benefits that are not widely advertised. This is important because many programs are local. A friend in another state may qualify for something that does not exist where you live, and your own city may offer something your friend has never heard of. Start with your city or county website. Search for terms such as senior services, aging services, property tax relief, utility assistance, transportation, and home repair programs. You can also call your local area agency on aging or senior services office and ask what is available. Be prepared for income limits, age requirements, applications, and paperwork. I know, paperwork is not exciting. No one has ever said, Connie, put on your nice shoes. We are filling out municipal forms. But 20 minutes of paperwork may save you hundreds of dollars. That is worth a cup of tea and a reliable pen. So those are 6 places where money may already be hiding after 60. Your library, your pharmacy, your health insurance plan, your bank, your credit cards, and your local government or utility providers. Remember, the savings may not come as a pile of cash. It may come as a fee removed from your bank account, a prescription that costs less, a service you no longer have to pay for, a transportation benefit, a free class, a tax reduction, or a library card that finally allows you to cancel a subscription you forgot you had. Choose one place from today's list and check it this week. Do not try to investigate all 6 before lunch. That is how people end up surrounded by passwords, paperwork, and crackers. Start with the place most likely to save you money. Make one phone call, ask one question, then move to the next. Because after 60, being careful with money does not mean giving up everything you enjoy. It means making sure your money is actually going where you want it to go. And if a charming gentleman named Frank happens to admire your financial determination along the way, well, that is simply an additional benefit. I'm Connie McCormick, and around here, we believe life after 60 can be practical, enjoyable, and just a little bit cheaper. And if you think money only hides close to home, wait until we start looking at travel. In the next video, we are checking travel discounts and benefits for seniors, including transportation, hotels, attractions, and a few places people forget to check.